And what we've done is actually we went back to the drawing board. We took the best of the best on the traditional PAMM systems and the best elements of a traditional trade copier system, and we created a solution that addresses all issues, all concerns that we've seen in the past. The strength of a traditional PAMM, one order goes to the bank for all participants, everyone gets the same exact fill price. That was the strength of a PAMM. The problem on the flip side was when you have open positions and a new customer comes in. Number one, it cannot be mapped in real time. It has to be mapped at roll. It takes effect at roll. And what happens is the open position the manager has, those positions will get redistributed. In other words, it will get diluted and to include the new participant. Similarly, if you have an open position and one client decides to opt out, comes next roll, when that client is removed from the PAMM, now his position gets redistributed to the existing accounts on the book. Again, in other words, it's just the positions gets diluted. And this is one of the reasons why the PAMM system is banned in the US, because the regulators didn't like that, basically. The trade copier, the benefits of trade copier is every account is isolated, so the funds are not commingled. But on the negative side, if you're trading 20, 30, 40 accounts, by the time you get to the last guy, you're already 5-10 seconds behind, okay? 20, 50 order goes to the LP. Everyone gets a separate fill price. You have other limitations such as lot sizing. So if you have a small master account and you have a small sub accounts and the master trades micro lots, because the smallest ticket is 1 micro on the FX, the position sizing is off. One of the other negative of a traditional PAMM is if most of your clients are trading in USD and you have a USD PAMM and you get a large client who wants to fund in euro, traditionally what the broker has to do has create a new PAMM for you, and now you have to juggle 2 PAMMs. And down the line, if you get another client who wants to deposit GBP, you have to then create a third PAMM, and now you're juggling 3 accounts. Every time you place an order, you have to place it in 3 different locations. So we eliminated all of that with the PAMM Pro, and we'll get into that in a few minutes as well. Starting with the first column, this is the committed column. So if there's a checkbox, that means that the client has opted in. So each client will be able to opt in and will be able to opt out in real time. This function is in the client's portal, which we'll log in a few minutes and show you how that works. The next column is the client's account number, client's name, the balance, and of course the currency. Now, the system is smart enough to recognize what currency denomination is the master account. And based on that, and based on the denominator the sub-account has, and based on the multiplier that the client has selected, it will internally convert the ratio and allocate the correct lot size to each subscriber. So this way, we eliminated the need of multiple PAMM for different currency users. So the multiplier you see here, one multiplier is the default multiplier. Basically, it's a 1-to-1 ratio. If the master account, say, has 10,000, he places a position and he loses 1%. The sub-account, if he has 500,000, he will lose 1% on 500,000. So it's a 1-to-1 ratio. Now the client can start as low as 0.01 if they're starting out. They want to test the water, they want to test the system. They can start with 0.1, so that's 1/10 of what the master is doing. And they can change it 24 hours a day, anytime they want. and they can go up to 2 multiplier. 2 is double, twice the risk, twice the reward, basically. And if they want to gradually go up, 1.1, 1.2, 1.4, the client can make that determination. The next column we have is the equity stop loss. So we added this column because we came across numerous situations where the client comes across a good money manager, and the money manager, he's doing his best for his customers, and a lot of times the client want to risk 30% max, 20%, whatever the case may be, and the trader usually falls within that category where his system has never lost more than 30%. We have seen many situations where the client wakes up in the morning, he looks at his account and he's down all of a sudden 50%, 60%, 70%. I've seen it as high as 90%. Now the client is upset with the money manager. You know, oh, you said you weren't going to lose more than 20%, 30%. The problem is sometimes money manager gets stuck in the market, or sometimes there's a news event or a flash crash event, okay, and the money manager get caught up in that situation. So we wanted to put this in the hands of the client so he can control his hard stop, worst case scenario, you know, the account will be liquidated. Obviously, if it's a fast market condition, it may not be exactly at his price. It may be a little bit more, a little bit less, but the account will be liquidated. Moving on to the next column, the money manager here can charge a performance fee. The performance fee can be customized to each individual accounts. So if the money manager gets a large client, he wants to charge lower performance fee, he can do that. Smaller clients, if he wants to charge higher performance fee, he can do that as well. Next, we have the management fee. And the management fee, the numbers here are yearly. So if you put 2%, it's 2% yearly, but the system will collect it automatically every month, okay? You can decide if you're going to charge it, not charge it. Every money manager is different. But the system is diverse to handle all scenarios, basically. Next one is the subscription fee. Sometimes we get signal providers, and signal providers, they charge a monthly fee. Whether it's 50 bucks a month, 200 bucks a month, doesn't matter, okay? So we put that figure here. The system, at the end of each month, will charge each individual client that amount. It will automatically deposit that amount into the money manager merchant account. The money manager has 5 fee options. They can charge a markup, a commission, performance fee, management fee, subscription fee, or they can do a combination. Everybody is different. Some money managers only want to charge performance fee, and that's fine. Other money managers may want to charge performance fee and a management fee, or a small markup, or a small commission. So the system is designed to cater to all types of money manager, large or small, licensed or non-licensed, either way. Through this subscriber process, they're all connected. They're all connected. So when the master account trades, one order will go to the bank for everybody, just like a traditional PAM. And even if it's a large order and we get a split fill, the system will average the price and will issue the average price to each of the subscriber accounts. So everybody gets the same exact fill price, okay? There's no latency, there's no delays between one account to another account because we're not sending 20 separate orders. We're sending one orders, one fill price for everybody. None of the clients, they don't need a VPS access because they're not running it on MT4. This is all done from the back office, okay? So they don't need a VPS. We don't charge for this system. It's completely free to money manager, completely free to all customers if they want to use it. If a new customer opts in while the master has open position, okay, it will recognize that the master is long Euro USD in this case, okay? It's long Euro USD. When I close this position, the sub-account will not receive it. Anything I do in Euro USD, the sub-account is not going to receive it until such time the master has closed the Euro USD position. Let the client come in and out as they please, okay? And the system will automatically synchronizes them to the master as he closes those old position and new positions, they'll automatically receive it. No, the nice thing about the system is the money manager, technically, they don't need a power of attorney because the money manager has no access to the client's account. So in essence, they're trading under letter of direction, okay? And because the client is the one that's opting in, opting out, the client makes the decision if they want to receive the signals, what their stop loss levels are, what their multipliers are, and they can cancel anytime they want. So the money manager does not have access to client's account, okay? So therefore, a power of attorney technically is not needed. I mean, you can have it, but it's not needed. And if we go to subscription history, we're going to select today's date, and we're going to keep track of all the changes that were made. So far, all the changes was made by the client. The last change we did, we went from 1 multiplier to 1.5 multiplier. Now I'm going to make admin is going to make a change. Now admin is going to change this. Let's say the client calls us and say, hey, move my stop up to 35,000. So now admin is going to make the change. We're going to update this. Now on the client side, when he pulls this data, he's going to see that the last change was done by the broker, and we went from $15,005 to $35,000. So there's a trailing mechanism. This way, it's all transparent. The client will see this, the money manager will see this, and the broker will see this. So client has access to everything. They can see their net open position. They can pull a trade blotter like ticket by ticket, timestamp. They can see all of that. They can pull reports. They can do detailed reports, summary reports, swap history. So the reports can be PDF or HTML. When they create a statement, it's very easy to read. So you have your closed positions, you have your open positions, and the summary, of your account. Swap history, not a lot of back office has it. But here you can select the date. If you want to know what was the swap rate on Tuesday the 2nd, you can pull the data. If you have a USD account, you look at the USD long, USD short position. If you have a GBP account, you look at your GBP and long and short position column. But here it'll tell you based on 100,000 what you would have paid in swap, what you would have gained in swap based on your position. So we're going to go to brokerage setup. So here we're telling the system we're charging $80 per million on this account, okay? Again, this is not our commission, but just show and tell. We're charging $80. Now, then we're going to go to brokerage allocation, and you can see the percentages here already designated. But the way it would work is here we're gonna say who gets what. So sake of argument, let's say the broker is getting $25 out of the 80. And these are the merchant accounts, salespeople, whatever you want to call them. Okay, so for example, let's assume you are IB10. Okay, and let's say you are the broker referring agent. Okay, and let's say you're getting $10 per million, and let's say IB11 is your salesperson. Your salesperson who actually went and got the client. Let's say you're paying him $5 per million. Okay, and let's say he goes out and brings another introducing partner in another country, it doesn't matter where, but let's say he's getting $10 per million, and then that IB brings a money manager, and the money manager, let's say, gets the rest. So we have 50, so there's 30 left, and then we say calculate and apply. So what happens now is every time this account trades, automatically 31% will go to the broker, 12.5 will go to you, 6.25 will go to your salesperson, and so forth. 12.5 will go to the foreign IB. 37.5 will go to the money manager. Okay. Now the same concept applies for performance allocation, management fee, subscription fee, and the markup, if there's a markup. Okay. So as I said before, a money manager, they have 5 layers of fee to choose from, and their commission, markup, performance fee, and a subscription fee. And like I said, every money manager is different, and they can, based on their business structure, they can customize how they want to set it up. And once it's set up, we'll apply it to all of their downline. And if they need to give a break to certain clients, they'll notify us saying, hey, this client is paying 20% instead of 30%. So we make the changes, and it's done. We talk to many money managers, and sometimes I see their setup and I scratch my head. Sometimes they're managing 10 accounts, 20 accounts. They're using third-party copiers to copy from one account here to another account there. I mean, I don't understand how they operate. We streamline everything. Okay, you have one master, you can have 1,000 sub-accounts, it doesn't matter. One order goes to everybody. Everybody gets the same exact field price. You have all the safety function built in. It streamlines your operation in every angle. Doesn't matter what question you throw at me, it's there. It's already been addressed. We have thought about everything, and everything has been addressed. However, if there's something we haven't, and if a money manager has a specific need, and we don't have it, we can always build it, because we own the technology, right? Meaning we built it. So if there's a specific function that's missing, we can always add that function for that money manager. What we have is an enterprise level solution where I've only shown you the PAMM Pro. That's and some of the IB functionality, but there's other layers behind the system where a bank, a broker-dealer, financial institution, family offices, large money managers, they can actually white label the entire system, and they can have a turnkey operation basically. We have a great product, but the problem is people don't know about it yet. And once people see it, I mean, I have shown the platform to a few key people, and they've told me, they said, Dave, I've never seen anything like it. And they've been in the business for many years.